Hey BC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a recent finds video, just kind of catch you up on some of the things I've picked up over the past week or so, I guess maybe 2 weeks or so. I haven't really been buying a lot. I maybe picked up 3 or 4 pieces the past 2 or 3 weeks, and then there was an ad on Craigslist where I went and checked out some vinyl that a guy was selling yesterday. He was asking $2 a piece for his records and $1 for some singles, and I don't know, about 90% of the stuff he had I already had, but there was some pretty cool singles that I picked up. I was also really kind of proud of myself too, because he had a couple of very nice things in there that I could have just picked up for $2, but instead I actually pulled them out and kind of told him how much they were kind of really worth, and that he should probably look at maybe putting those on eBay or something like that. There was stuff like he had an original pressing in perfect condition, still in the shrink even, that he originally paid $8 for way back in the day, but an original pressing of 9 Inch Nails Pretty Hate Machine, which goes for $30, $35, maybe $40 sometimes on eBay if you get a real good bid. Some good Beatles stuff and a few other things as well. So I was a little proud of myself that I didn't just snag those up for $2 a piece and go flip them, because Lord knows I could have used the money to to buy more vinyl at this point in time, since I'm not spending that much. But he's a really cool dude, so it was fun giving him the heads up, and he was really excited about hearing some of the stuff that he had. But I picked up a few singles from him as well. So anyway, this is what's playing in the background, which is Slayer's Divine Intervention. So that's what you hear back there. If you can hear it, I'm not playing it that loud, because I have started to discover that with the way my room is set up now, the echoes, it's real easy for my stereo to drown out my voice. And by the way, I do want to mention this too, because I'm sure as you guys know, one thing I don't do a lot in the VC is really complain about anything or whatever else. But one thing that's really started to bug me a little bit is people that have been telling me to go buy a new camera because I'm not doing stuff in HD or whatever it is that they might want me to do or whatever. I'm not really one that's into cameras and a lot of the digital stuff and everything else. And I guess really to a certain point, I'm just kind of getting tired of people telling me to go buy a new camera, because I'm not. Plain and simple. I'm here more so to share my music and to talk music with people and everything else. And if my video is not quite good enough for you, I apologize, but this is the camera that I have, and I'm not interested in spending money on a high-def camera or whatever. I'm more interested in buying more vinyl and enjoying the music. So I just want to kind of put that out there. It's just something that's just starting to bug me a little bit. So just want to throw it out there. But at the same time, let me also say that's not a blanket statement for everyone, because there's been a number of you that have just kind of been informative about it, kind of letting me know what they're experiencing with video quality or audio quality or something like that. And for those of you that were doing that, I greatly appreciate that. I love that feedback, and I thank you for that feedback, just like feedback on anything else revolving around my videos. But it's just there's been a couple of, and it really is kind of maybe 3 or 4 just real people that have been really kind of jerks about it. And it's just kind of bothered me some. But again, for those of you that were just being informative, I want to make sure that's very clear, because there have been some people that have made some very nice, respectable comments to kind of let me know what they thought about it, and again, that's actually greatly appreciated. So anyway, let me kind of move on and share what I'm really here to talk about, which is vinyl. So let's start off here. It figures that one be on top too. Jump in the Saddle Band. May not know them. They're the ones that did the song The Curly Shuffle, off the Three Stooges spoof thing way back in, I think, 84 or whatever. And it only figures that this one pops up after me showing the Slayer album, because it's kind of the second time this has happened today. I was in the gym this morning, and I had my iPod on shuffle, and Pavarotti's Nessa Dorma came on, and then right after that, Too Short Freaky Tales came on. I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, could any two artists be any further apart than Too Short with Freaky Tales and then Pavarotti? So now again, we go Slayer to Jump in the saddle band. That makes me a little proud, actually, that my music shifts like that. Next here, my introduction to this band, which is Soft Machine. This is 5. I think Derek might have mentioned this, and I think somebody else might have as well, but I never just had a chance to ever really listen to this band. It really didn't take hold of anything, didn't really, know them beyond just a passing name. And I was in a record store a week or two ago, and they had this playing, and I was just like, what in the world is that? And actually it reminded me a lot of the first time I experienced John Coltrane's Love Supreme. Again, I'm not saying it sounded the same, but I'm saying it was a very similar feeling, which was kind of cool. And I went up to him and asked him, and he kept playing it, and finally I walked back over and said, dude, take it off the turntable. I want to buy it right now before anyone else comes over here and tries to claim it. And so that's my first Soft Machine album, which is just, good stuff. Just this, I don't know exactly what you label it, some type of fusion jazz type thing, but it's just bad music is what I label it as. Very, very good album. So they had that one in the store, and then they also had another one that someone had traded in, which was this one here. And the one they traded in at the store actually was the original release. It has like some type of dial on the cover or something that it does, and they were asking like $69 for it. And I listened to it and I was like, oh, that's cool stuff. There's no way in the heck I'm dropping $60 on a record in here. And so I came home and looked online, and voila, there's a brand new 180-gram reissue of the album on eBay, and it's only like $13. So picked that up. And again, great stuff. Just kind of the, fusion, psychedelic. They're just true artists. Really are. True musicians, I should say. So it's another very good album. So that's my first 1-2 introduction to Soft Machine. There's a couple others I'm kind of following on eBay right now, actually. Here's another good one, which I didn't think I was going to get. I thought actually I didn't think. It was on back order for quite some time, and it ended up just popping up. But this is Soul School number 16, or Home School, I'm sorry, number 16, the ABC of Kid Soul. Just kind of some of those old groups, R&B groups from back in the 60s that most people probably never heard of. And I guess really the easiest way to sum up this album is you can imagine all of the groups back then that were trying to be like the Jackson 5 but never really made it that big or all of that. That is what this album is comprised of. Hence the name, the ABCs of Kid Soul. Really, really good 2 LP set. There's just some good, almost kiddie popcorn type soul on there. That's awesome stuff. Really fun to listen to. This is one of the ones I picked up at that Craigslist sale I was telling you about, which is Alice Cooper, School's Out. That's one I needed for my Alice collection, and that is the desk cover, the flip-up desk cover. Love and Kisses. I don't know if you guys know this band or not. I don't know how big. I don't think they really were that big. This is How Much I Love You. Even though the cover is kind of hot, the music is actually pretty softy because it's basically disco. It's 3 tracks on the whole album, and it's just kind of that, disco, put it on, dance for 35 minutes, then flip to the other side type thing. Well, it's not literally that long, but you know what I mean. It's just those disco songs that went on forever and ever. It was a nice little pickup for $1. And I did trade in some old doubles a little while ago at a record store, and with some of that credit I picked up actually that disco album I just showed you, as well as this one here, which is Johnny Cash and Old Wind That Blows. I've always liked Cash and always had some of his stuff, but I'm really starting to catch a bug with him. So I think over the next few months you'll definitely be seeing a lot more Cash kind of come into my collection. But that was a really good find. I also used some of that credit to buy this. Ike and Tina, Working Together. I had this on CD, but it was kind of nice to find it on vinyl, as always. And, of course it has Proud Mary, which everyone knows about, but then there's also their cover of Let It Be, as well as Working Together, which is maybe my favorite song off of this. So some really good Ike and Tina there. And then I think the rest of these are kind of those 12 inches I picked up off of that Craigslist ad. Yeah. So we got Seal, Crazy. You guys know how I feel about him. What's this? Oh, this is Two in a Room with Wiggle It. Remember that old like poppy hip hop song from back in the 90s? This is another really good find. R. Kelly, Bump and Grind. And I say this is a really good find because this actually has the old school remix on it, which is so much better than the album version. The old school remix of that song is smooth stuff, that's all I can say. Then we got Madonna, Express Yourself, again with a few remixes on there. Mariah Carey, Dream Lover. And this here actually, you know, it's all remixes, so the album version of that song is not on here, and there's nothing on the album that even sounds anything like the song Dream Lover. It's basically all kind of like techno house type mixes. And that was one of the reasons why I picked it up, is because that's one genre I'm trying to get a little more involved in. And there's a couple of great VC members here that are sending me some CDs with some things they think I ought to check out, because I really want to understand that music. I want to learn how to feel it. I want to experience it, and just kind of see what people are getting out of it. So this is one that I picked up that has a couple of tracks on here that, I mean, have a nice little groove to them. So, although again, nothing on there sounds anything like anything Mariah Carey's ever done. This is a really good one. Give It Away by Red Hot Chili Peppers, 12-inch single. Two versions of Give It Away, as well as Search and Destroy. That was a great find. Got upside down here. US3, Cantaloupe. Flip Fantasia. This has you know, regular album version as well as some instrumentals and remix versions, so pretty much every version on here is pretty cool. And a very nice Blue Note 12-inch single too, so that's a good find. Love that song. PM Dawn, Paper Doll. You remember those guys from the 90s? And this is more PM Dawn, I Die Without You. This one bothered me a little bit because I don't know, I just didn't pay attention. I thought the regular album version was on here, and it's not. And so there's one or two good remixes, but they still come nowhere close to being as good as the album version was. But still good enough to keep. One of the remixes on there sounds pretty cool. All you old school hip hoppers, you'll recognize that in a heartbeat. JJ Fad, Supersonic. And then here, collection's not a collection without a little Vanilla Ice. So you got Ice Ice Baby, album version, a couple of remixes, as well as Play That Funky Music, album version, a couple of remixes. So that's just black on the back, but that's a good find too. This one I was really excited to get. Another Bad Creation, Aisha 12-inch. This is a song I loved back in the day. Loved it, will still do for that matter, but I played it a lot back in the day, let's put it that way. So that was really fun to find, as well as their 12-inch single of Playground, which was definitely their two biggest songs. You know, they came out in the, was it the late 90s? No, early 90s, I'm sorry. Like 1991, and you know, they were part of Belle Biv DeVoe's kind of discovery and all of that stuff, production and so forth. Delight, Grooves in the Heart, another really good find. I've definitely started to appreciate this song a lot more as I've gotten older. I couldn't stand it when it first came out. I mean, I had to watch the video because I thought she was gorgeous, but I couldn't stand the song. But now I actually like her and the song, which is good. But now we're getting back into some more good early 90s cheese. CNC Music Factory, here we go. Can't deny we had a blast playing that stuff back in high school, so it still brings a smile to my face now. I thought there was another one here. Oh yeah, CNC Gonna Make You Sweat, 12-inch single. Big Mountain, Baby I Love Your Way, 12-inch single. Of course with some Frampton cover. Janet Jackson, That's the Way Love Goes. Aerosmith, Dude Looks Like a Lady. Very interesting too that there's a basically kind of more or less an album version on here, but that's also one of those songs I would never think that a remix would even be something I'd be interested in, but there's actually one or two remixes on here that didn't sound half bad, so another good pickup. And last but not least, Tootsie Roll, 69 Boys. So again, just kind of some more what I call dance hip-hop or whatever. And one other thing I thought was kind of neat, I'll just flash this really quick. Captain and Beyond. This nice little 8-track I picked up. Sufficiently Breathless. No, it's kind of cool though. I picked it up. I had the vinyl, but I saw this one. It was in really, really good condition. So I thought, hey, only $1. Might as well pick it up. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, those are my recent finds. And, oh, before I forget, I did want to mention this. One of the members of our VC community, Mr. Billy Crayoni, who's a pretty good pal of mine. Actually, I think I have his, yeah, right there. You know, this is his CD, which I've probably shown before. You know, he's been in the music business for quite a few years. He's definitely a guy that loves the 80s just as much, if not more, than I do. But, you know, this is, I think, his last CD that came out, which is called Presto. You know, he's done work with people like even on this CD, Boy George, Tiffany, Samantha Fox, New Shoes, so, you know, all those 80s greats. Well, kind of like what Derek is doing right now with D3, he's trying to get one of his albums pressed on vinyl as well. So, you know, he was kind of talking to me about it and, you know, kind of spreading the word through the VC and everything. You know, he's looking to do, kind of raise some money and so forth to help get his albums pressed. And he's doing things such as everything from people that just want to make a small donation all the way up to people who want to do like, you know, pre-orders and that type of thing. So there's a number of different ways that we as the VC can help him out if you guys are interested. And what I'll do, because he has all the details laid out in a video, I'll put a link down below and you guys just kind of go click on that and find out a bit about what Mr. Crayoni is doing and you know, see what we can do to help him out. But VC, always great to hear from you guys, and I will talk to you soon. All right, take care.